Loading. System update. You are now part of the herd.
Do a double take, see me on fire, see that I can't break. Knew I'd be great, knew I would rise through all of the pain. All of the love, start with it now, keeper of all faith, never change.
Hi guys, welcome back to Loading Her. I've missed you guys. I'm sorry that it's taken me a little longer than usual to record an episode. I have been busy and it's not a bad thing. I'm just learning my new schedule and trying to fit everything in and just trying to stay on top of everything. So I appreciate you for bearing with me. I had a plan to advertise this episode with a tease, but I ran out of time, and this episode has been, I don't know how to explain it. Like, whenever you have, or me, whenever I have an idea, it's like exploding to get out of me. It's like all I can think about. It's constantly on my mind until I can finally set it free, I guess. I don't know if actually it's funny because I was just talking about this book the other day. It's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it talks about that kind of. So if you haven't read it, great read, great audiobook. I've done both and they're amazing. So I have been very much on an audiobook kick. So if you guys have any recommendations you want to throw my way, just let me know. So, as always, what I like to base my episodes on are things that I'm going through in my life. And this one is something that we all have experienced. I would be very surprised if some of you have not experienced it, but I really think that is something that is also somewhat part of the human experience, and that is rumors, gossip, especially in the adult world. It has been interesting. I don't usually find myself in the middle of situations that involve drama or gossip unless someone is like coming to tell me something. I don't usually partake in that unless it's like me and my close friends talking about something or, like girls do, have girl talk. But recently, I have found myself in some kind of a situation that really had nothing to do with me, but my name came up, and it has been a trend for me over the past few years in my adult life. I don't consider my 20s my adult life. So if you hear me talking about my adult life, it's not my 20s. I feel like I was a different person. It feels like a different world then. And if you knew me in my 20s, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I obviously was still learning and trying to figure out, like all of us, which direction we wanted to go. And sometimes, like most of us, I lost control and was wild at times, but that's neither here nor there. I recently, late 20s, early 30s, have found myself in situations where people have said things about me that I personally didn't think was true. And some of it's mean, some of it's hateful, some of it's because they're hurt or they don't want to take responsibility for their actions or whatever it may be. It got me to think about rumors and people talking about us. And what really gets to me with rumors is when your character becomes something that is at question. And especially right now, where I'm at in my life, I try to lead by, at least in my head, this is how I'm trying to lead by, is hold my head high, lead with confidence, mutual respect, treat people the way you want to be treated, that kind of energy. But sometimes you end up in situations that you didn't necessarily ask for, some situations that really had nothing to do with you, and you get drug in and your name comes up, and sometimes that happens. And I think even if we do have something to do with a situation and your name comes up and people are talking badly about the way that you look or whatever they can come up with, because I've definitely probably heard it all. Like I've said, been through toxic relationships. People have talked about my character. People have talked about me being insecure. People have said I look manly. I mean, the list goes on. And recently, because this is something that I am going through right now, it's not a big deal to me that my name is being brought up in this situation, but it does make you think, because recently, because my name was brought up in the situation, I started being treated differently by another friend of mine who did not ask my opinion or my side or anything about what I thought or what I had to say. And they just wouldn't talk to me. And when I tell you I had nothing to do with this situation, I had nothing to do with the situation that she thinks I had involvement in. So it really makes you feel shitty that as adults, first of all, that drama and rumors are even a thing that we're still doing in our adult world. And especially because a lot of the people involved in this story are in their 40s, if not almost 40. You guys are going to have to excuse me. I just left the gym and I promised myself that if there's anything that I would be in this podcast is 100% authentically myself. So that comes with sweaty Haley, because that is who I am. And you guys are going to get sweaty Haley, unwashed hair Haley. Actually, I did wash my hair, but that's another story too. I am learning this whole hair thing. Anyways, so yeah, rumors, drama. It got me thinking. At first, when this happened, I felt like I needed to defend myself. I felt like I needed to make it known that it wasn't me, that I had nothing to do with it, so on. But then I started thinking, my character and how I carry myself and the decisions that I make on a regular basis with my life is going to shine brighter than anything that this person that's saying bad things about me or accusing me of something that I did not do has to say about me. And it got me thinking about rumors and how we are still doing this in our adult life. And I'm sure it's something a lot of us have been through, especially in relationships, in dating new people who have a past with people. I know that's been a common thing for me. getting in relationships with people that had unfinished business or whatever it may be, even though you had the best intentions in your mind going into that situation, sometimes we just get caught up in shit and it is what it is. So people have things to say about us. And you don't always get to speak your piece. And something that I've learned, because I really think that if there's one thing that I do in my life going through things that I've been through, is I sit back and reflect and I pay attention, I take notes, and I try to see what I can do differently, because I think I'm a fixer to a fault, but also I really want to not just come off as a good person, but I really want to be a good person. And I really think that I am a good person. And sometimes it's kind of hard for people that have created their own version of you in their mind to accept. And I know it comes down to like not caring what other people think and so on, but really where I am in my life is like, it's not that I care what other people think. It's like, I want to be a good person, especially to women. I want to be a woman that other women feel like they can come to and ask questions and whatever it may be. Because I really think in my short life that I have been through some shit and I have learned some hard lessons. And as a big sister or a friend, I want to share the things that I've learned because I wish somebody was there sharing them with me when I was going through them. And I was sitting there like feeling like I was all alone or that I didn't know which direction to turn. And I was judging myself for it, or I was making even more poor decisions to try to find the direction that I wanted to go in. So, long story short, I want to share my experiences with you, and I want to let us all know how similar we are and that we have these similar situations and that we all go through them. And sometimes girls can be mean to other girls, and that's not the kind of girl I want to be. And I feel like sometimes if there's one thing I've heard about myself is that I'm intimidating, but that's not how I try to be. It's not how I want to come across. I think my reserved attitude and my protection of my energy can come across like I'm cunty or whatever it may be. But really, I have this big heart in here and I do have a hard shell. And if somebody does make me feel unsure, it takes a little bit for me to let them in. And sometimes I don't have the energy for certain energies. And I feel like that's human. But I never want to be a mean girl. I promise you, with my best friends, we have girl talk, we talk shit, we observe situations, whatever it may be, because we're human and that's what we do. But it's not for me coming from a place of hate or like I want to see you fail or any of those situations. I promise you, if I am observing how you're living your life and what's happening with you, I'm also praying for you and that you find what you're looking for and that you aren't hurt and that you get what you're looking for out of life. And with that same breath, I'm also wanting you to win. I really think that I try very hard to learn from other people's mistakes at this point in my life and also other people's like successes. So I am very much an observer and trying to understand other people's minds and the way that they think and the decisions that they make is something I spend a lot of my time on, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I have too much time on my hands. I don't know. So, with rumors and gossip and all of this stuff that happens in our life, especially as women, I don't know if it happens like it does in the men's world. Like, I sometimes have to say to my boyfriend, it's girl world. Like, you just don't understand because it really is. There's like a politics to it, kind of. And I don't know if I'm saying things I shouldn't be saying or if anybody else thinks about it like this, but something I learned very early on when my best friends were sleeping with my boyfriends or going behind my back and doing whatever they were doing, proving that they could not be people that I could trust when I thought I could trust them. When I had to learn those lessons, that's when I was like, oh, I can't tell everyone how great I think my boyfriend is because then some of them will be like, huh, well, what's so good about him? Obviously, that happens a little more when you're younger. And he also plays a role in that. But that has been a similar trend when I have spoken about relationships that I've been in and men that I've been with. 9 times out of 10, somebody in my friend group or somebody that I'm close with ends up sleeping with that person. Obviously, that wasn't somebody I should have been with, anyways, but I learned a lot younger than I probably wanted to learn, but I'm glad that I learned it, that you just can't trust everyone. And you have to be protective over things that you love. And if there's one thing that I am, especially with my relationship, it is protective. And I'm not scared to say it. So I'm sure a lot of us feel that way. So, yes, learning that you can't trust people, if not only with personal information, with especially with personal information. um I just I guess what I'm trying to say is I can't believe we're still doing this as adults, but I do understand that it is something that we all do. And if you say that you don't do it, you're probably lying because I'm just being real. I really think that I don't know if it is a human thing because I really sometimes in my mind, I'm like, God, why are you judging people in your brain? Why are you thinking negatively about people? And I've heard that if somebody's actions or something triggers you, that's parts of you that you have not healed. And I'm still trying to figure that one out because I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if I believe that because I do get frustrated and triggered by other people's actions sometimes. Even if it doesn't have anything to do with me, but I have to be around it or see it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my energy, my boundary feels like it's being threatened. I'm really not sure what it is. So when I figure that one out, I will let you know. But in this world of if there are people out there talking about you, watching you, talking shit, saying ugly things about you, first of all, what I say is let them. Who cares? It is hard. Sometimes it's funny to hear the things that people say about you. I definitely have found myself laughing about some of the things that people say. And like, honestly, I can see how they would say that, like that I'm manly. I can see that because I'm muscular and I go to the gym and I like that. I it is more of a masculine thing, but whatever. People talk shit. We all talk shit. But what I'm trying to say here is it's not about what people say about you. It's about what you tell yourself. And it's about how you handle the situation. You don't want people in your life that are going to talk shit about you. You don't want the women that sit at your table and listen to you to be also the women that go behind your back and tell other people your personal things. When somebody does say something about you, for me personally, certain rumors that have come up recently, what upsets me about that is, for one, it's not true. I had nothing to do with that situation. And for two, the people that are accepting of this rumor and that are believing it are not even asking me my opinion, are not asking me if it's true or not, nothing, even though it's none of their business at the end of the day, none of their business. But the deeper that I get into the adult world, the further my wall goes up. And it's just, you have to have that boundary. And you have to, for one, going back to self-love, love yourself. No matter what somebody is saying about you, no matter what somebody thinks about you, who cares if they think that? What you think about you is the number one thing that matters. The things that you tell yourself every day is the only thing that matters. So yes, somebody can say terrible things about you. As long as you're not saying these terrible things about yourself to yourself, it doesn't matter. What you tell yourself is stronger than what anyone says about you. I think it is easier said than done to not let these things get to you. I think it's easier said than done to be like, yeah, just it doesn't matter. It's what you tell yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody says about you. That's what we've been told our whole lives. That doesn't make it hurt any less. But I think practicing loving yourself and practicing telling yourself kind things about yourself, the opposite, rewriting that story, even if you believe the things that people are saying about you, if they're talking about your appearance or something that you've done, telling yourself that it doesn't matter, that everything that you do, if you are a person that is leading with your best intentions, that's all you can do. All you can do is be the best version of you and be somebody who is caring and loving. And sometimes that's going to piss people off. And sometimes you have to do what's right for you and stand up for yourself. I'm not saying go fight someone. I'm just saying one of my favorite pieces of advice that my mom had given me. I was a young girl and I was in church. And I think back to this often. I'm sure she might remember this. I'm not sure. But the youth pastor got on to me for something. I must have been 10 or 11. I can't remember exactly what he said that I had done. But that's the first time I remember somebody accusing me of something that I did not do. And it was a very weird feeling and still continues to be a weird feeling when somebody tells you that you've done something that you had no intention of coming across that way. You had no intention of making them feel that way. But like with this situation, I remembered genuinely not doing the thing that he got onto me for. And I went to my mom about it, and she said, "Honey, sometimes you have to know in your heart that you have the best intentions and that you did not do that. And that has to be enough." And that is something that I come back to a lot, because sometimes you just have to know in your heart that you have the best intentions. And sometimes you have to know in your heart that you are trying to be respectful and loving and also caring for people, and they still don't see you the way that you're trying to come across or that you genuinely are. If there's one thing that I think I've had to learn this past year or even 5 years, is that I don't come across to people the way that I think that I do or that I intend to. I mean, even just in passing, like at work, somebody will be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is just my face. I just look angry all the time. I just have this face of, especially if I'm focusing on what I'm doing. And if I'm bartending, I am scanning the room. I'm like, you need a drink. You need a drink. Okay, they're almost done with their drink. I'm going to come back." I'm constantly scanning the room, focusing. And that face is not a smile. It's not a smiley face. It's not a happy, kind looking face. But I don't realize I'm doing it. I'm not intentionally doing it. So I could be having the best day ever, and somebody's like, "Are you okay? Why aren't you smiling?" Which we all love, especially as women. I'm sure we've all been asked that or been told to smile. You know, that's the best part of being a woman, is everybody telling you to smile, especially in male dominated areas. But what I'm trying to get at here is, it doesn't matter what anybody says about you. It matters what you tell yourself. It matters what you know in your heart. And honestly, it matters what you think about you, your partner thinks about you, if they have good intentions and they love you and they want the best for you. The people that love you and that really truly want to see the best happen for you and that are rooting you on are the ones that are going to stick around. And anybody else that may follow suit with rumors or believing things that people say about you, or that you did something that you didn't do, those are the people that see yourself out. You weren't meant to be in my life, and I'm just going to continue to hold my head high and walk through this life with grace, hopefully, is my plan and my goal. But yeah, like, we don't have time for this. Like, I'm building a life here. Some of us have kids, some of us are excited to come home to the life that we've built for ourselves. And especially in a workplace, if that is where the rumors are happening, like, see yourself out. Like, I can't say it enough. It's not real. It's not reality. Like, and for me, what has worked for me when this has happened recently is just praying for those people, sending them love, whatever praying looks like for you. Send those people love, whatever that looks like for you, praying to whatever God you believe in, and picking yourself up, holding your head up high, and moving on with the best intentions, because that is the best thing that you can do. Not interacting in the bullshit, not starting your own rumors of this person. Like, it will all unfold the way it's supposed to unfold. And the people that really matter are the ones that stick by your side, that know it's not true. I really think that a lot of the times with rumors in my life personally, because that's all I'm doing is talking from my experience. The people that have started rumors about me or said terrible things about me, they wanted me to be the villain in their story because they didn't want to have to accept the things and the decisions that they've made to get them to this point. And it has been a reoccurring thing, probably since I was about 15 years old, where there's somebody out there that's it's easier for them to make me look bad than to accept the decisions that they've made, whether it's the way they've treated me or the reason that they are not in a relationship with a person that I'm with anymore, or the reasons that their life has changed and events have happened. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to be talking shit. I want to be talking from a place of love and trying to understand. I don't know. I guess it's easy for me to be a villain. I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure, honestly. Because if you do really know me, you know I'm not like that. And you know that I do not have intentions to see anybody get hurt. But if there's one thing that I will stand up for is what is right, period. Like, number one thing. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people that don't like me is because I've done what was right and they've done what was wrong. And that's just how it is. Like, I will stand up for what is right, period. There are many different things where my moral compass is straight red line. And I know there are haters out there that do not like me. And if all they can say about me is that they made a poor decision and that led to certain life events happening for them, that's on them. This is definitely an episode where I've been brainstorming a lot because I am trying to work it all out in my mind. I really think that mean girl behavior is not the vibe anymore. I don't think that that is productive. I don't think that it is cute. I don't think that us as adult women should be making any other adult woman uncomfortable in a room. I would like to be the first person to welcome you to a room and to make you feel welcome and loved. And I guess that's another reason I'm doing this podcast is for that community of us like-minded girls, women's women, I should say, because we are women. Most of the people listening to this are women. I think it starts with us and how we behave and how we choose to make decisions and who we let at our table. I think there's a fine line of girls being a girl and just not letting anybody at your table. I mean, you really like I've talked boundaries. I am very careful about who I give my energy to, but that doesn't mean you have to be a bitch. That doesn't mean that you have to talk shit or be mean or make somebody feel like they're not welcome or like they're stupid. I mean, there are so many social events that I've been to or that I've been invited to that I don't want to go because there are certain girls there that are mean or that make you feel stupid or inadequate. And maybe that is my own insecurity, but usually I feel like we pick up on vibes. And I think we've always picked up on vibes, but now I think that is real. I think when you walk into a room and you feel like you don't belong or like people are talking about you and looking at you, usually they probably are. So I'm coming out here, unloading her, saying that we are now girls, and this is a girls podcast. I am here for the women. I'm cheering you on, whether you believe it or not, if you like me or not, if you started rumors about me or not in the past, if we've had issues in the past, I'm cheering you on. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. I never want to see anybody go through anything bad. I want everybody to live their best life possible. And I want us all to lead with love. And I really think that it starts with us. And so this is me starting with me. And I really think that there is common ground between all of us. I think we all go through a lot of similar things. And I feel like at my age, I have met a lot of people and I have been through a lot of shit. And I would like to feel like I've learned from those lessons. And I would like to think that everything that I've been through up until this point has taught me good things, bad things, taught me how to handle situations, taught me how to create boundaries. I really am just here saying, like, let's support each other more. I think we will get a lot further leading with love and mutual respect and unity. And I just cannot express that enough. And I feel like I have more stuff in common with women. And that's why I am calling to this community for women. But if men feel a calling to this space and they're looking for something similar, that's fine too. I just think the human experience is a rhythm. I think it is a pattern. It is something that if I have not experienced it, somebody else has. And there is always someone out there that is experiencing something that you've probably been through or that you will go through in the future. And I think if we lean on each other and love each other, even if we don't understand each other, things can really change and we can feel safer. And I think the best thing that ever happened to this world is when we started not being the mean girls. And I think some people are a little late to the party, but I think that mean girl behavior is not cute. Bully behavior is not cute. It's not productive. And it just doesn't make sense. It just really doesn't make sense. And if you don't like someone, you can choose not to be around them, even if you have to work with them or if you have to be around them. You don't have to share your energy with them. You can create that boundary to where it's not something that you have to carry. You don't have to carry their shit, but you can still be nice. You can still be kind. You can still vent to the people that you love, the private people. I mean, your therapist, your sister, your partner, your mother, like that is also okay. But the spreading rumors, lies, especially, and then people believing rumors and it's just mean girl behavior. It's bully behavior and it's not cute. And I really think that us as women are bigger than that. We have evolved past that. Nothing you have is going to threaten what I have. There's so much out there. If it's a man, there's so many more men out there. If it's a job, there's so many more out there. If it's money, there's so much more out there. If it's competition for anything, and that's why you're spreading hate, there's more. Pick up and move on. I know people get attracted to that negative energy that comes with gossiping or that negative energy that comes with talking shit or being angry. I know because I felt it. I felt it. And on those bad days when you can't help but bitch or complain, which I do, I try not to. I try to be aware of. But on those days where you're feeling like talking shit and being angry and bitchy, have the self awareness to look at yourself and be like, why am I doing this? What can I do to fix this? Go get a coffee. If you're at work, walk outside for a minute, take some deep breaths. Sometimes a lot of the problems that you're experiencing and that you're projecting is a you problem. It's not a them problem. Sometimes people do treat you like shit, especially in the service industry. I will be the first to say. And in the world, when we come in contact with people, there are people out there that treat you like shit. But it's not about what they do to you. It's about how you handle it. It's about how you carry it. And if you smile and you let it brush off your shoulders and you move on with your life, that's where you find peace. That's where you find love. And that's where you gain this power of nobody can fuck with me because I am in control of my emotions. I am in control of what has access to me. I have told people recently in my life, I choose what gets my energy. And today, that's not you. That's not you talking shit to me, trying to come at me with some whatever, trying to get a reaction out of me. I choose what I give my energy to. We all do. And I'm sorry if today has seemed like a rant, but I really just felt like a lot of this needed to be said, and it has been on my mind. And I think it's something that we all deal with. And if you don't, that is amazing for you. I'm so happy for you. Keep doing what you're doing. I feel like I always kind of give you guys a call to action. And I think last week was self love. I know I'm a little behind, but this week is love for others. I guess I'm still on this trend of love. I I just really, I guess I'm using my voice to be the change that I wish to see in the world. As I've used this quote many times recently, I don't ever want, I don't want to ever act like I know everything, that I am, obviously, I'm no doctor. I've said that. I feel like I have to say that every episode because really I'm just sitting here talking to you like you're my girlfriend. But I feel like it's very important for me to say that I never want to come across as I'm a know-it-all. I know that is a personality trait of mine somewhat, but I think that is because of the things that I've been through and the things that I've learned. It makes me feel like I have a right to my strong opinions and hopefully good advice. But what I'm trying to do is share my thoughts, my opinions, stories about my life and people in my life so we can all sit down and observe and try to better ourselves, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it may be. I want to share the things that I'm having to learn because I want you to feel like you're not alone. So I hope you guys take everything that I say as me just having girl talk with you and not trying to be a know-it-all or a preacher or anything along those lines. And if you've ever talked to me about this podcast, you know that I feel like I had this calling to this space that is not necessarily me. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's meant for me. So I just want to say I really appreciate you guys for listening and for making this possible for me. This is something I really do enjoy, and I never, ever would have thought that it was something that I would enjoy. And I never thought that I would put myself out there like this. It still feels kind of weird. And I think the reason that I do like it is because I'm not sitting here with an audience. I don't know if I could do it if there was an audience, but in due time, we will see. I hope you guys take everything that I said today and some of you can relate to it and try to find a reason that you should have love for somebody that is spreading hate about you or saying mean things about you. And if you can't find something you love about them, send them some love, because the reason that they are acting out is probably because they're going through something, and it's easier to act out and talk shit and start rumors than to accept the shit that they're actually going through and how their life is crumbling around them, or the heartbreak that they're going through, whatever it may be. I think if we can start to try to find reasons that we love each other and find mutual respect for each other, a lot of things can change for us. No matter who you are, just as humans. So that is what I'm going to preach on my platform is love and respect. And I will say it till I'm blue in the face. Love and respect for you and love and respect for others. And I appreciate you guys for listening to me. I really look forward to my girl talk with you guys. I've missed my herd this week. It has been weighing on me that I haven't made it to this space in a few days. I really try to drop an episode every Friday, but sometimes that is not the plan for me. So this week you're going to get 2 episodes, and I'm going to have my next guest. That episode will be dropping this Friday, if not Friday, Saturday. I want you guys to know, I've had a few people ask me, is there a way we can share my story without anybody knowing it's me? Like, I've had some work issues I can't express vocally because I don't want to get in trouble, or relationship issues. I don't want people to know it's me, whatever. There is a way, like I've said from the beginning, you can do this anonymously. I have my Gmail set up, loading.herpodcast@gmail. If you want to write into me, I can keep your name completely out of it. If you don't want me to know your name, come up with a fake email account and email me. I really would like to have a segment where I am sharing stories. You can sign with your name, or you can tell me you want it to be anonymous. That's totally fine. But I want this to be more of a community where we are communicating with each other and not just me babbling in your ear for hours at a time. And that is why I am having these guests on. And you don't have to have some crazy story about something you've been through. It can be short and sweet about something that you've figured out, or that you've learned, or something that you're struggling with, or whatever it may be. I promise you, there is somebody out there that needs to hear it. And that is what this platform is, for those people that need to hear it, those people that you yourself, if you need to get it out. I think this is my call to you to help me build this community for all of us. If you have something that you want to share or get off your chest, please write in. I am creating this platform for all of us, and it feels therapeutic to me. I think the one way that I've been able to heal through all of the shit that I've been through is by talking about it and learning from other people's mistakes. So let's build this community together and learn from each other and love each other. I really want to thank you guys for listening and for being a part of my herd. It is so far such a rewarding experience. I love it. I love every bit of it. And it is so cool to see the people that feel like they're getting something from it. It makes me feel so good. And I really love you guys. And thanks for being a part of my herd. I hope you guys have a great week. I will be dropping another episode here soon. We'll talk soon, guys. I love you. Bye.
Do a double take, see me on fire, see that I can break. Knew I'd be great, knew I would rise through all of the pain. All of the love, so within now, keeper of all faith. Never